Look at that. I am shimmery and shine. All right. So I'm just waiting for everyone to get in. It's 4:29. I've been working on being on time, and now it's 4:30. Hey. Okay, so I'm the unique Shanique, and today our topic, hey there, is 3 ways that trauma causes masculine traits in you that are keeping you from the one. Hey, Brielle. So yeah, we're going to get into these 3 ways that trauma causes masculine traits that are keeping you from the one. Now, first of all, a little background, I'm raised by very strong Jamaican women. On both sides, the women are 1 out of 8 children. And on my dad's side, he was 1 out of 2 boys out of 8 kids. And my mom is 1 out of 7 girls, and she had 1 brother. So you do the math. Very strong Jamaican women, no real strong male figures in the house. Plus, I was abused by women, so I naturally built this armor around me. And those 2 things combined, I have picked up so many masculine traits. Hey, Vanessa. So many masculine traits along the way that I had to work on fixing by first realizing that they were even a masculine trait to begin with. So the first one of those things, one of the ways that I did that, was by always needing to be right. I always had to prove myself right and fight, and I was competitive, and it would hurt me to my core if I'm not right. So I made sure I was always right, and I had to prove like a lawyer. And that is not a trait that is very attractive. I mean, it's great for the corporate world, but like when dating, no, nobody wants that. And going hand in hand with always needing to be right goes being easily offended. When you're so easily offended, it shows that you're on guard. And someone who's on guard and easily offended and has to prove why they're offended all the time, thank you, is not being in your feminine essence of laying back and just riding the waves and being calm and realizing that you're always safe, you're always secure, and everything will always be okay if you think that it is. So that is way number 1. Did any of you guys ever feel that way? Anyone ever needed to feel like they had to prove how right they are? If so, let me know. I'd like to know. So while I wait for that, I'll jump into way number 2 of how trauma has caused masculine traits in me that I needed to work on that were keeping me from nice alpha males. And that is a need to prove my worth by overdoing, by overbeing, just overcompensating from the lack that I felt inside. And it's so easy for us women to do that and have to overprove. I remember being in my dorm room and cooking meals for like college kids in my dorm room, trying to win them over. Like, college kids don't care about that, or at least college guys, maybe older guys, but yeah, they don't care. Or trying to help guys build their careers. I did that a lot. I gave lots of advice. Yeah, who do that all the time. Who do what part? Helping guys build or helping having to prove their worth. So I did a lot of building. I did a lot of videotaping work for guys who needed videos done. I helped with schoolwork. It would make me feel so good to help people. As you can see, I'm still doing it, but now I'm doing it in a way that it benefits me. Have to be right. Oh, yes. Like, you don't have to be right. Knowing that you're right should be enough for you. And it's almost like you can just chuckle inside and just say like, oh, silly rabbit, you think you're right. Okay. Now, sometimes I still fight to prove that I'm right, especially when I know that I'm right. But at the end of the day, how serious is it really? Like, it's really just ego. Like, who cares? Nobody really cares except us. So that's a trait that you can just slowly let it ride away. You don't need it. And the third way that trauma has caused masculine traits in me that were keeping me from the one is by being super suspicious of good behavior. Like when someone is being genuine and a gentleman and going out of their way to prove their worth, I would be like, red flag, you're trying to trick me. What are you up to? And that's because, again, back to my trauma. You have to think about how your trauma plays into this. But my trauma, I had befriended these women and they abused that trust. So I had major trust issues. Anybody else have major trust issues or had them? Or is it something that you're working on, or have you overcome it? Because I wouldn't say overcame it, but I have come a very long way romantically with being able to trust again. Now, when it comes to friends, I'm working on that. But it's good to know. So, to recap, a need to be right is one of the ways that you know that you need to work on your feminine essence, your goddess, your power within. That need to be right, let it go. A need to prove your worth and overdo and overbe, let that go. And being suspicious of good people. Not everyone is out to get you. Let it go. So, if anyone has anything to say, let me know. But I just wanted to come and give you these golden nugget tips. And hopefully it has given you some insight of some of your traits that you might want to look into and start researching and do some inner work. And when you listen to one of my meditations, you might want to sit and ponder on those things, because there are a whole lot more different ways and different traits of masculinity in women, toxic masculinity, because masculinity isn't bad, it's good, but toxic masculinity in women who are trying to attract a certain type of man instead of the type of guys that she's used to dating, then you might want to start looking into that. So thank you, Rio. So that is a wrap. I'm the Unique Shanique. Make sure to like, comment, share, and turn on those notifications so I don't have to keep making announcements, and you'll just know because you'll get the notification. All right, love you guys. Manifest your dreams. Bye.